Hi, thanks for checking our channel here. This is going to be kind of a review on this particular unit. This is a Zareba 75 miles, a 120 volt, 110 volt model. I think there's a red snapper version of this. There's a Blitzer, Bulldozer, American Farmworks version of this. This is their Zareba's third largest charger. That's the 100 mile and 200 mile are their next two bigger ones. And now normally I'm not a huge fan of Zareba typically, but these 75 miles don't seem to have the problems that the 100 mile and larger ones do. I like the 75 miles and smaller are okay for the money. It's about 150, 180, I don't know, 150 bucks give or take for a new one. So not too bad. It's a 4 joule unit, 4 joule output, probably like 7-8 stored, I would guess. I don't know, but pretty good shock for the money. This particular unit's a 2013 model. So it's 7-8 years old now, and I don't know how long the guys own this, but it went bad. We put I'll put a link hopefully down in the description of the repair that we did to this one. It's working fine now. I mean, there's not much to them. The board and the transformer inside, the capacitor is built onto the board. So not too bad of a charger for the money. There's better quality ones that probably last longer, but 7-8 years isn't bad for a fence charger, I guess. I mean, some brands will go 10+ years, and some brands will, a lot less than that. So normally, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Zareba typically because of the lack of quality in some of their stuff, especially their 100 mile and larger. But if you want a decent charge for the money, this 4 joule Zareba 75 mile would be a good choice if you're trying to save some money. I mean, don't expect to get long life out of it. But like I said, this thing's a 2013 model. I don't know when it failed, but it did fail, and now it's working. So we'll put a little. It's a nice pop to it. Puts out a little over 8,000 volts out of it. I think my meter was showing just a little bit over 8 kV out of it. So pretty good voltage out of this size of unit, and 4 joule output. So it's a nice charge. Now you don't always look at that 75 mile and any of these mileage ratings you see on see on the units. If you look at the asterisk that's usually on the case or on the packaging for one of these units, have a little asterisk, and the asterisk will, I don't know what exact words it says, but it basically is 75 miles is a single strand of high tensile fence wire that's perfectly clean is what that rating's for. Like in the best case scenario, that's with a good ground system for it. Single strand of a smooth electric fence wire. If you start doing multi-strand fence and stuff like that, then you get start cutting your mileage down by a lot. So that's what that's for. But I would say a 4 joule unit on a multi-wire fence setup, I would say would probably be good for about 150 acres. I would say maybe best case scenario on something that size, 150 acres. You could probably run with this on a multi-wire fence setup. If you get a bunch of grass on there, maybe not as much, maybe 75 acres, something like that. But if you're pretty clean fence, you could probably do 100 acres, give or take. So not too bad of a little unit. These don't seem to have the problems that their larger ones do. So if you're gonna want a good cheap unit that has a pretty good snap, you can look at a Zareba 75 mile or smaller. I wouldn't go lower than 20 miles or 15 miles. I would probably stick to a 25 to 75 if you want a nice little pop to it. But so not too bad of a unit. I bet if Zareba watches this video, they're like, this bastard usually bad talks our energizers. Yeah, usually on the large ones because they got such a bad design of transformers, they just overheat and go bad all the time. But these ones not so much. They don't seem like they have. It's a different type of transformer. This is the transformer that was in it. It's a different style than what's in their 100 miles, from what I can tell. So maybe their 100 miles aren't beefy as these ones are. I don't know, but they don't seem like they last as long, those larger units. But this one seems to be all right. I don't get very many of them in, so. But this one's going fine now. So take it as you will. From a repair guy standpoint, this is not a bad little unit for the money. Don't expect to get long life out of it, but But to get a few years, I don't know what the warranty is, 1, 2, 3 year warranty, probably at least probably a 2 year warranty on this one. So not too bad for 100 and I don't know, 150 plus or minus $20 price range on one of these, maybe $200 if it's way up there, but I'd say probably around 150 bucks. So, but anyways, until next time, see you guys later, and hopefully this helped you out. And until next time, see you later.